Okay, so the video showed the operation of the LEDs on the Kino controller. Unfortunately, I haven't used a pair of tweezers to operate the switches, which is slightly problematical, but hopefully you'll see how it's working. So on power on, we've got the top LED on, showing that the video is playing, and if I can short out the contacts here, we've now got it paused and it's flashing. And I don't know if you've noticed that when I release the button, if it's going to play, the LED's on, and if it's going to pause, the LED is off and then starts flashing. So we'll do this again now. So now, I'm sorry, I missed it there. So now you can see that was on when I released it. If I do it again, you can see it was off when I released it. So let's now put this back into operation. Okay, the other four buttons are operating these lights in various fashions, and I've not quite programmed it as you suggested, but I think this works quite well. So, right, so the top one is puts that one into sequence, and pressing it again, the LED comes on just when it's pressed, stops it. If I go down to, oh hang on, did I do this? If we then do the next one, that puts the bottom one in sequence. I guess the interesting question is whether we swap these two middle buttons over. Anyway, right, so that stops that. If we go down to this one now, this puts the top ones flashing, and so I get it again. And now that's off, and if we go down to the bottom switch, if I press that, that has them flashing, and press it again. So I press it again, get the LED on. Now it stops it. Now the interesting now is how the buttons interact when something's operating. So let's just kick off the bottom one in a LED sequence. If now I were to go to the button that has them flashing, it just goes straight into having them flash. And I can stop it in the normal way, or if I left them flashing, I could go and press this other button. Hang on, I must have double pressed to stop it. So I'm going to go back just to show that that works properly. So if we are now in flashing, and we go back and press this other button over here, then it just moves it straight into the sequence. And I think that's more intuitive than having blocks of a second when the button doesn't operate. You have to press the same button that activated it to stop the sequence like that, and just to show it works with the top one as well. So there we have the top one working in sequence. This one here now will move it instantly into flashing. I can go back to this one here and put it back into sequence, and pressing it the second time turns it off. So I hope that's clear. And while we've got the unit here, I thought I'd just turn it over so you can see the circuit board, and also you may be able to see here that although there's just one connector here, it will eventually have connectors all the way along here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connectors. And this is the wall which we're going to have to lower in order to have these connectors coming out what would effectively be over the display. I've not put the other connectors on because this one here needs to be moved up a little bit, and the connectors are a bit expensive. Okay, thank you very much.